The title isn't clickbait, although I did want you to click, and I did think that the title would work, but if you're looking for a direct answer to the question, is Luckin Coffee in trouble? You tell me. The guy who founded the company is currently starting a new venture, and my connection with the 11 stores is closing all of them. And I personally never go anymore. But is that an indication of them being in trouble? Well, let me back up and start with where I've been. To those of you who support me on Patreon, let me start with a heartfelt, I'm really sorry. I've been so busy. So my lack of posting has nothing to do with Luckin Coffee, but does have a lot to do with coffee. If you saw my video where I showed the lockdown in Shenzhen, near the end I used a refractometer to test my Luckin Coffee and see the total dissolved solids. This refractometer was given to me by a company by the name of Dye Fluid, who at the time had given it to me because I was interested in using it and they liked the idea of it being on camera. But one thing led to another, and before I knew it, I was in charge of helping them launch their new generation refractometer in the Western market. And let me tell you, that's been a really strange experience. That's getting its own video. It's a really cool experience to see a product go from idea to reality. And even cooler that it can be done entirely locally, without even leaving the province. When I started working with them, they had this 3D printed sliver, and this 3D printed block. And that was it. And now, they've got the real version that's now for sale on their website. And it's pretty cool to see the entire process from start to finish. But this project has taken up a ton of my time and has really boosted my interest in coffee in general. That, combined with the fact that the Luckin Coffee between me and the subway station that I get on at every morning opens at 10 a.m. Scratch that. They went out of business entirely. But that's just a coincidence. The entire mall closed down. And I used to love getting their smoothies when I got home from work, but now all they have is grape. Who wants a grape smoothie? Mask around my neck, trying the first Luckin drink in forever because they've had this Pu Hao thing on the menu for the last forever. They don't change their menu anymore. And that trash can right there is legit for people to, I guess, spit in, because it seems to be the only thing people use it for. All right, let's give it a go. Better be the best drink ever. Tastes like grape Flintstone vitamins. Totally not deserving of being on the menu for that long. Come on, Luckin. Grape-flavored water with some ice slush in it. I'm not even trying to be critical, like, it's just not a good drink. But that's the thing. That's the real reason that I haven't been to a Luckin in months. They don't have anything on the menu that I really want. I didn't really think much of it though until I reached out to my Lingy friend, you know, the guy with the 11 stores. The one who Luckin actively promoted as a success story of an entrepreneur who made money by opening Luckin stores, told me that he was closing all of his stores. That caught me by surprise. All 11 stores? Why? His answer surprised me. Find out about his answer after these messages.
Lay's potato chips. You'll never get enough of Lay's potato chips. American classic.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet. No ads for me. Anyway, he said he was converting all of them into Kati coffee shops. Apparently, the guy who started Luckin, the one who went through all the crazy fraud stuff and got booted out, is starting a new venture. And Lingy guy told me that he was disappointed with Luckin Coffee because now that they've gotten so big and corporate, they don't have the same startup feel that they once had. They don't have creative direction. Now they're just a money-making machine and they don't do anything interesting. And this is why I don't know if I should consider them in trouble or not. On the one hand, the thing I loved about Luckin was that they constantly had new, good drinks. I loved the sticky rice mango drink and the coconut drink partnership that they did, which was a pretty good choice. But now all they seem to do is throwbacks from the past. And it's always the worst drinks, like the Walden Blue. But not only that, our Lingy friend's own chain, You Coffee, or Yo Coffee, I'm not really sure what he says, has received investment from the Luckin Coffee guy. China's coffee market is not slowing down. It's still growing at an insane pace, but only as a whole. It seems like every roaster is fighting their prices into the ground and then going out of business. And it always feels like the cool little shops appear, serve good stuff, and then get eaten by a giant chain. Le Clack, our favorite local coffee shop, went out of business. And honestly, it's depressing. This is Shenzhen at this point. To be honest, I don't know what it's like in the rest of China since I've been in Shenzhen for so long, but I imagine it's pretty similar. The biggest complaint that I hear from Chinese people about Shenzhen specifically is that it has no culture. I used to disagree. I would say, no, it's just a young city. That doesn't mean it has no culture. It just means that it doesn't have the history of the other cities. But as people bring their culture from all over China into Shenzhen, I was wrong. People don't bring their culture. They bring what they know. They open a restaurant selling food from their hometown, not because they want to bring it to Shenzhen and share it with everyone, but because that's what they know how to cook, and they just want to make money. And then when they don't make money, they're forced out of business by another awful Vietnamese food chain. At this point, when a new mall opens in China, you can be sure there will be a Nayuki or a Haiti, a Starbucks, a Uniqlo, a Muji, and then a bunch of giant chain restaurants with loudspeakers blasting the number of the next available table. It's really sad to see. Every new place that opens now just feels temporary. Plastic chairs, plastic tables, plastic menus, plastic trash cans, plastic decorations, plastic plants serving what tastes like plastic food for 3 months, and then they go out of business to be replaced by another big plastic chain. So the answer to the question, is Luckin Coffee in trouble? I still don't know. Are people going to suddenly realize that living in a world in which giant corporations are the only ones that survive and that starting an independent business is a surefire way to go bankrupt and therefore no one is going to be willing to risk it isn't a good thing? Because if not, then I'd say no, they're not in trouble. But while the creative people are just going to have to move on and find something else and try not to support corporate sterilization, it seems like Luckin Coffee has solidified their status as a massive corporate business and won't be stopped. But at that point, do I even want them to succeed? I mean, it'd be pretty good for my stock portfolio, but pretty shitty for everything else. Get out of here, spider.